Welcome back to the KCC. This is week 5 of the third season. I am going up against Trey, coach of the Houston Obelisk. And his draft consists of Adamancipators, Teller Knights, Speedroids, Utopia/Saxo Weapons, Mecha Phantom Beast, and Koa'ki Mirror. Staples, Crystal Wing, Synchro Dragon, Droll, and Lockbird, Dimensional Barrier, and Monster Reborn. So, going into this matchup, I knew Droll and Lockbird was going to be a problem for me since basically all my decks like searching out cards and adding them to my hand to combo off. And also, considering his decks, I was definitely expecting Adamancipators and Speedroids to come. Third one was kind of up in the air, but I think I planned well for whatever he could bring. And so let us get into the matchup. In the first game, I decided to lead off with Crusadia, trying to bait out maybe his Adamancipators, so that I can deal with fighting his special summon monsters with Crusadia Avermax. But he decides to lead off with Koa'ki, however you pronounce it. He won the rock, paper, scissors, and he decides to go first, playing Zombie World, which is fine by me because I am not running one of my plant-based decks. And he sets up Doom King Balordoch, so I have to play in mind chaining my card's effects so that he can only negate specific ones, which I am fine with. Such as with that one, because even if he gets rid of Magus, I still have the 2 parallel exceeds. Right here, I bait out so that he'd have to stop Recluse's destruction effect of Zombie World with it. And here, I of course have to play Revival before I summon my Gamma Seal, so he can't use the counters on Water Tower. And I just summon Equimax with it pointing to Gamma Seal, and with my other monsters, and I use Maximus' effect to double damage to one-shot him. So that game was pretty quick. Into game 2 of this set, he decides to let me go first. I lead off with Prohibition. The reason I am running Prohibition is for Droll and Lockbird, but I kind of made a mistake and just go for Upstart Gobbling as he Droll and Lockbirds instead of just Prohibition and calling Droll and Lockbird, which he does have, which is kind of my bad. Wasn't completely thinking straight, which kind of hinders my comboing, and I do not have many resources in hand left. And then, as you can see, since I do not have many materials, I just have Equimax and World Crowned if he decides to target. He just attacks Blackluster Soldier and banish my Equimax. And like I said, since I did not Prohibition is Droll and Lockbird, I don't have many materials, and I'm basically stuck here with no follow-up plays. And he can basically just attack me for free. I do get Draco to return a card, and I start popping off again, searching cards, but he does have another Droll and Lockbird kind of stopping me in my path a bit. I summon Equimax into his Blackluster Soldier, which is pretty good, but he does have a way around it. As you will see, he searches with his Adamancipators since he is running a lot of rocks with Koa'ki. And yep, just combo off, and he creates another Blackluster Soldier, not in the area that my Equimax was in, sadly. And yeah, that is game because I can't do anything with Waterfront. So going into game 3 of this set, I choose to go second since I have an easier way of breaking through him than he does with me, or than I do of setting up a defense, because Crusadia is basically a OTK deck where I hope to go second and build up one super strong monster. And it's not really good of putting up a defensive threat with only, like I said, either Avermax or the other Crusadia Link monster here, and one other or two monsters that it points to. He sets up this board with Repti and that. I just start comboing off. I believe he does not have a Wind in graveyard, so he can't use the quick effect. And yeah, I just summon Equimax point into his Reptite. I use Revival and Maximus to double damage and attack all monsters to knock him out in one go, because he made the mistake of summoning to a place that my Equimax could point to. So that means I won the first match. Going into match 2, I knew he was either going to bring Adamancipators or Speedroids. So I decide to go with ABC, as he decides to go with his Speedroids. I decide to go ABC because it is my strongest deck, at least being able to negate some of his combos with Adams or Speedroid. I do win the rock, paper, scissors, and I choose to go first. Union Hanger combos, searching. I decides to start off with Crush Wyvern because I do already have all my pieces in here. So I am getting enough for Union Carrier, as well as creating IP Masquerena. That way on my opponent's turn, I can use both of them to make Avermax. Using Union Carrier to get the pieces for Galaxy Soldier, and sending the cards I returned and searched for with A and B, creating Infinite as well as ABC Buster. I have Upstart Garden to discard for Busters, as well as Heavy Mech Support Armor for follow-up plays on my next turn. Being able to summon a monster from my graveyard if he does somehow to break my board. I do negate his combo and search things, as well as getting rid of his Link monster, so he does not really have many plays left, and he just forfeits after getting Speedroid Din onto the field with only Red Eye Dice and Speed Recovery in hand. Going into game 2 of this match, he decides to go first. Starting off with Marble Machine, searching, and summon to get into Rubber Band Shooter. Using Band Shooter to get double yo-yo for Terror Top, more searches, and basically just comboing off like a normal Speedroid player does to get High Speedroid Hagoita. I'm not sure if that's pronounced right. Declare Draw and Lockbird, because I am going to be searching and don't want any negates. He doesn't really have negates on board. Just comboing off for Union Carrier to get my Galaxy onto the field. I think there was a slight misplay. I think I could have gotten IP as well on the field if I had played them in correct order. Take his Link monster with Infinity, and basically have a negate as well as 3 bodies on the field to get me plays for next turn. Negate there because he only has 1 card in hand. Even if I don't know what it is, he can't really have many plays with that and Yo-Yo on the field. And then he forfeits because he has no cards to continue follow-up plays. So that leads me with a 2-0 in the match. So I have won this week, which is good. I do know that he is going to bring Adamancipator last, but the 2 decks I kind of wanted to go into it with my ABC and my Crusadia have been used up. But let's see how it turns out. I decide to go with Galaxy because he does have a lot of negates with Adamancipators. Galaxy is probably one of my better decks to play through negates, since there is a lot of combos that I can do. Sadly, I was playing Vanity's Rulers for this because I was hoping to go first, do something like Photon Sanctuary, and then summon Vanity's Rulers, so he cannot just keep on special summon with his searches with Adams. So this is basically going to be a brick in my hand, as he does go first with Adamancipators, with his excavations of his deck and searching. Luckily, he hits the specific things he needs. He does get the more searching, as all Adamancipators do. Basically search. He does get water on the field, so that he can get Crystal Wing, as well as his Risen Dragite. So he does have a water engrave for the negate, as well as the negation of with his Crystal Wing, which is unfortunate. And there goes basically almost all my plays, because he can just negate with Crystal Wing as well as Dragite. So I only have Photon Thrasher on field, with Vanity's Ruler being a dead card in hand. I probably could have follow-up plays if this was another Photon Sanctuary, or maybe one of my trade-ins or Dragon Summoning. But unfortunately, that is not the case, and he just summons big enough board, bounces back my card, and swings for game. Going into game 3, I decide to go first. Hopefully summon a strong enough board that I cannot break. Standard combo of getting out my tokens, as well as getting a Galaxy into my grave. Searching out Galaxy Knight to special summon Photon Dragon from my graveyard with it, and because Galaxy Eyes is on the field, I can then go into the Galaxy Eyes Cypher X Dragon with a combo and send Starlight to the graveyard, and then get Photon Lord onto the field for a monster negate, as well as a possible bounce with Solar Flare Dragon. Probably negated the wrong monster there. Probably could have waited later. But I should have targeted protection with Cypher X Dragon's ability. Decided to bounce that back, but he still gets the effect, because it does not negate, apparently. And he can just keep on playing through this and get Raptite onto the field, using it for more excavation. More excavation as all Adamancipators play, to get Revival Golem and Monster Reborn, targeting my monster and getting Dragite for more searches. Unfortunately, that is not a targeted ability, apparently, so he can just get rid of my entire board, even though I have target protection, which is unfortunate, because whenever I seem to play Galaxy Eyes, they always have some kind of rule that's not targeted to get rid of my board like that. I use Galaxy 0 to get back my Photon Dragon. Bounce, it goes to 0, and then I use its banishing effect, but it is negated. Unfortunate. And then I cannot summon Photon Vanisher because I don't have a Photon or Galaxy monster on the field. So I lost that one 2-0. So this week I went 2-1 in the matchup, but only +1 differential, which is still good because it is plus differential, unlike previous weeks where I have gone 0 differential. So moving on up. Next week I am going up against Johnny, coach of the TSX1 Sniffer Dragons. That battle is probably going to be delayed since I am going on vacation and will not be able to play by next Friday. So expect a delay in that video. Catch you next week, probably later. Bye-bye.